Hey, what's up everybody? 8-Bit Opa back again with another video. Hey, I appreciate all the support so far. I want to give a big thank you for all the folks that have come in over the last week. When I made my Diablo 4 trailer reaction video, I had 6 subscribers, and I mentioned that in there. You guys really come through, and I really appreciate that. As of the time of this recording, I have 91 subscribers, I think, which, again, might not be a lot to a lot of people, but I value each and every sub that I get. All the comments, the engagement, the people telling me who Lilith is, who she was. I got some weird comments in there about a different... I don't know. I'm not a news channel, I'm not a reviews channel, I'm not a... reaction channel, just things as they make an impression on me I want to talk about. And today we're going to talk about my take on the Hideo Kojima situation with Death Stranding and his reaction to it. Over the last couple days we've seen many reports regarding things that he said in sort of a backlash to the American reviews of Death Stranding. It hasn't been very well received. Even the ratings from Death Stranding over the past several weeks have been put into question because, as others have pointed out, you've seen the reviews out there, while it might get a good score numerically, inside the review itself, you know, there will be things like, I can't recommend this game, it's boring, it's dragged out. But, you know, they don't want to get any backlash from any of the Hideo fans. And I get that. The internet's a rough place to be, and I take that risk even now. Even with a low, you know, subscriber count or a low volume audience, I take that risk anytime I put something out there. It's just a rough place to be. So I get it. I don't agree with it because I think if you're put in that professional capacity, regardless of what your fears are, you have a responsibility to put out legitimate information. Otherwise, you're going to get a lot of folks that are like, well, I don't know if I trust this site or not. And that's not really what you want. I'm sure Metacritic or IGN or any of the other review places out there don't start with the idea that, hey, one day we're going to be scared to do what we actually set out to do. Hey, who knows? Maybe they did. Maybe they just want to be popular no matter what, and that's just the way it goes. But in case anybody's been under a rock regarding the Hideo Kojima comments, essentially he said because reviews weren't very good so far in America, that it's because the game is not first-person shooter, and that's what Americans like the most. Okay. Did he say that in a malicious way? Probably. He wants the game to do well. He's got, you know, an LA-based studio, or he had one when he was under Konami. I've watched videos over the last 2 days of people talking about Death Stranding, how it's been received. There's 3 camps. There's 3 total camps, and this is usually the way it is with everything. There are the die-hard Hideo Kojima fanboys, fangirls out there that no matter what, they will find a reason to like this game. I've seen a lot of, this is refreshing, this is eye-opening, this is the future of video games. And that's fine. I mean, if you're going to find a reason to like it and like it, please, by all means, like the game. Love it. Play it. But then you got the people on the other side that want to hate it for the same reason. You know, a lot of times people are hated on just because they are well regarded in their craft, they're the masters of their craft, whatever. They rose to prominence and people want to hate on that just because it's Hideo and it's not a Metal Gear game. Then there's the camp in the middle that I think are giving probably the most objective reviews. People are saying that it's a different game, people are reserving judgment in some cases. People are saying that they don't like it, and here's why they don't like it. Walking simulator is what I heard. I want to be, I would say upfront, but now we're a few minutes in. I want to be upfront-ish that I have not played the game. Do I plan on playing the game? Maybe. I don't really feel pressured to because, honestly, I have not played a Metal Gear game since the NES Metal Gear, and I can already hear the shock and disbelief from anyone who's watching this, and that's right. I've never felt compelled to play any of the Metal Gear games. Until now, actually. This whole controversy thing actually makes me want to pick it up. Which brings me to another thought. Maybe Hideo wanted this controversy. Nothing sells better than a controversy, right? Look at the tabloids that you still see in print. There's a lot of actual journalistic media out there that has failed over the years because people don't want to get their sources from print media any longer. But look at the tabloids, at the grocery store, the convenience store. Those things are still there in the exact same way they were 20, 30, 40 years ago probably. I remember 30 years ago. I don't quite remember 40 years ago. Because all they are, even if it's false, even if the shit is made up, it's controversy. And people want to buy that. People want to feel involved in that drama one way or the other. Even the people who are drama-free. I don't want any drama. At bare minimum, they're curious about it, my opinion, and they want to see what's going on. So this, let me tell you something about Death Stranding, or my impression of Metal Gear in the past. I was so not compelled ever by Metal Gear that Death Stranding was not even on my radar until the controversy started kicking up a couple weeks ago. The reviews of the reviews started coming out, and it really put it on my map, and now it's one of the games that's on the forefront of my thought on a daily basis. Or I haven't even played the game yet, and I've never played any Hideo game since 1988 or whenever it was that I played the original, well, the NES original Metal Gear. I know the original was on the MSX, but I digress. But let's talk about this Metacritic thing. I mean, you've probably seen this out there too. First-person shooters aren't even really on the list, man. I mean, that's just how it is. You've got Monster Hunter World, number 1. Frostpunk, I don't even know what that is. Number 2, Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch Remastered, The Outer Worlds, got a shooter RPG-ish thing there. Sayonara, I don't know what that is. Wild Hearts, Death Stranding, number 6. Dude, you're in the top 6, man. What do you want? Disc GF4. I can't even read some of this shit, man. Ukulele. Oh, Ukulele. How about that? And The Impossible Lair. eFootball, PES 2020, Wreckfest. I love Wreckfest. I just picked it up a couple weeks ago on a Steam sale for 15 bucks. I'm having a great time with that. So my point is that you can't say that type of shit when you don't have anything to back it up. And then let's talk about real quick something that I saw pointed out yesterday on the Review Tech USA site. I'm going to have to reference some of these other sites out there because I'm not at the forefront of the information, as you can tell. We're a couple days out from this, but talking about the reviews that were received from Japan, Europe, I'm a little suspicious of the Japanese review, honestly, of the game. The biggest reason I'm calling this into question, and it's out there, it's on Kotaku, it's on other sites, the publication Famitsu, which is one of the most regarded review sources in Japan, gave Death Stranding a perfect score. So you could say without any other information, oh, that's because Japanese people get this game and other people, they're just beneath it. Bullshit. Because here's what happens. The magazine's editor-in-chief, Hirokazu Hamamura, I'm trying to say that. If I messed it up, I apologize to anybody fluent in Japanese. He has a cameo appearance in the game as one of the characters, and the mascot for the magazine itself is also seen as a graffiti cartoon-like picture on a rock somewhere. I don't know, man. That sounds suspicious as hell to me. I can't say for sure that, that's exactly what happened. It got a perfect score. It's just really suspicious to me, man. So if you're going to rest your laurels on Americans did not rate the game very high, but the Japanese people did because they get the game, but then it comes into light that this is one of the review sites that gave your game a perfect score, which on the aggregate, a perfect score is going to significantly increase the weight of any other score that comes in. If I rated a 40 and somebody else rates it a 30, it's still going to be a 35. Or if this is the most prominent one, I'm not 100% familiar with Japanese culture enough to know if this is the most prominent source, but if it is, then there's going to be pressure, market pressure, to rate the game higher too. Almost like, well, Famitsu gave it a perfect score, I must be missing something. I don't know. It's complete speculation, but it's something to think about. Last thing I want to talk about is what Hideo is known for is Metal Gear. It's hard for me to criticize this whole scenario without really expressing my reverence for the guy. I recognize his contribution. I recognize how much Metal Gear, the games that he's done, means to the fandom, means to video gamers all over the world. Again, Metal Gear, I'm not saying it's not my thing because I haven't really played any of them, but I've never been compelled to, so maybe it's not my thing in theory. I don't know. I listen to a lot of podcasts, so I'm not going to try to quote which podcast this is from. One of them made the observation that Konami was probably the best thing that ever happened to Hideo. He didn't care for Death Stranding. The basic premise was that Death Stranding was Hideo games by themselves were so far off and weird that he felt like Konami keeping, like maybe he brought this stuff to Konami before, and the Konami's like, no, we're not going to do that. It's just too weird. And that could have helped account for some of the Metal Gear franchise's success, was that he at least had somewhat of a leash on him. And I hate to use that term, but let's be real. Working for a publisher like that, you probably got some restraints, on what you can do, what you can get away with, and what you can't. For everybody out there that says it's a Hideo game, so it's got to be brilliant no matter what. I want to question that. I want to call that into question. I'm not hating on Hideo. Like I said, I do want to go back and play some Metal Gear games now because the controversy has sparked that interest in me. Let's talk about what is a Hideo game. It's Metal Gear. That's it. I look through his resume. You can look through the stuff that he's put out there. That's all he's done that he's known for. Yeah, there's a couple other titles here and there, but realistically, he's not known for those. Nobody says, oh, did you play Police Knots or whatever the hell the name of that game is, right? Nobody says that. You say Hideo Kojima, you're thinking immediately of Metal Gear, and that's it. So you're not really a fan of Hideo games in and of themselves. You're a fan of Metal Gear games as they were directed and developed by Hideo Kojima. That's it. Death Stranding is not a Metal Gear game. Again, will I get it? Will I not get it? Not sure yet. I'm not really compelled to go buy it. I keep using the word compel. I'm going to wait until it comes out on PC, and by that time it may or may not even be relevant anymore. I'm not sure. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. I'm probably completely off my rocker here. I'm an old guy just talking shit about video games on the internet. So anyway, thanks for coming along. Those are my thoughts on the Hideo Kojima situation as it relates to Death Stranding. I'm sure a lot of you, however many people are going to watch this, a lot of you have similar opinions, different opinions. Again, I know I'm a couple days late. I'm never going to be on the forefront of the information curve. That's just not, I can't. I'm too busy. But anyway, yeah, subscribe, like, share with your friends so they can come make fun of an old guy on the internet. And until next time, we'll see you later.